An important part of this video is a section identifying what you as a supplier need to do. There are multiple things that businesses can do to increase their likelihood on participating in the government supply chain, including 1. Understanding the contracting process. Knowledge of the federal procurement process is necessary to be competitive in doing business with the Government of Canada. There is generally a large pool of bidders, specific requirements that must be fulfilled, multiple procurement mechanisms, and various policies governing how the government purchases. 2. Understanding the various programs and initiatives offered by the Government of Canada is especially important for small or medium-sized businesses who are newly exploring this market. These programs and initiatives present an opportunity for smaller businesses and less established businesses to get a foot in the door and establish relationships that can facilitate doing business with the Government of Canada. 3. When a business is considering selling to the government, it should research relevant previous and current opportunities to evaluate if doing business with the government is a viable opportunity and worth the investment in time. Like any business or organization, some goods and services are more prominent than others. Like any new business opportunity, a company must strategize on how to best pursue the opportunity, increase the value of its offering, and ensure it is able to deliver if awarded. The first priority is strategizing on how to enter the market, is to ensure you have all certification and documentation required, including security clearances. Secondly, consider certification that add value and that you are eligible for but do not currently have. A business may also have to consider additional access to capital if required to cover operating expenses of potential opportunities. A business may even go as far as restructuring, for example, forming a joint venture to increase their competitiveness. Finally, ensure sufficient resources are dedicated to the bidding process. 5. Preparing a bid can be a material time commitment for any organization. Preparing a bid for a federal government opportunity is no different. Furthermore, it often entails additional administration and/or process that needs to be followed to ensure compliance. Failing to comply with any stated bid requirement, especially the mandatory requirements, may result in your bid being declared non-responsive. In addition, there may be unique requirements from one bid to another that needs to be identified and considered. 6. The Supplier Registration Information (SRI) system is a database of registered companies interested in selling to the federal government. By registering in SRI, you make your company's name and supply capabilities widely known to federal departments and agencies who may use the system to identify sources of supply for the goods and services they buy. For requirements subject to trade agreements, they publish their notices of proposed procurement on the tender's mini site, the Government Electronic Tendering Service. 7. To register in the IBD, you must be a sole proprietorship, limited company, cooperative, partnership, or not-for-profit organization in which Indigenous persons have majority ownership and control, meaning at least 51%. In the case of a business enterprise with 6 or more full-time employees, at least 33% of the full-time employees are Indigenous, or a joint venture agreement in which an Indigenous business or Indigenous businesses, as defined above, must have at least 51% ownership and control. All joint ventures also require that Indigenous content is at least 32% of the total value of the work to be performed. 8. Similar to doing business in the private sector, networking is an important component and encouraged by the government to better understand their needs and upcoming opportunities and to promote your business and distinguish yourself from other suppliers. 9. One of the best ways to sell to the government on a regular basis is to get pre-qualified through a standing offer or supply arrangements. These agreements outline the terms and conditions that will apply to future requirements for goods and services that are ordered on an as-needed basis. 10. Start identifying and preparing bids for which you are capable of offering the services or goods requested and meeting the evaluation criteria. 11. Finally, if you are not successful in winning a bid, you can request a debrief meeting to understand why you were not successful and, more importantly, how you can improve the quality for your bid moving forward. This is an important and valuable mechanism to improving your probability of winning government tenders.